Okay.
So what do you got for us today?
A whole bunch of stuff.
Nice.
We went to a new place, found some incredible things. So we have, some Persian rugs.
Nice.
We've got some brass, mid-century modern. Who doesn't want
Oh, cool. A chrome bread box.
a mid-century modern bread box? We've got some
Oh,
very cool
embroidery, needlework stuff.
Writing. We got. You know what? Don't get too many details. You'll see them when we unpack them up there.
Okay.
All right, guys. It is time for a haul. Last couple days we had a few days off. The weather was lovely. Went for some nice drives, and we picked up a couple, maybe half a van load of stuff or a quarter van load of stuff. Enough that there's some really nice things we want to show off here. We've got some things from the honored 1970s, 1960s. A nice set of like crazy texture, kind of looks like sprinkles. I don't know, these are like quintessential 1960s.
Maybe
pottery
70s?
70s, 1977, made by Ellen.
Nice.
So, see, was this Ellen too? This was made for Pat from Ellen in 1978. So, trial perfected. Perfect.
Nice.
So that's kind of nice. We've got a nice piece of 70s there. We also have what I find something we don't normally buy, collector's plates. But these are Franklin porcelain from 1978. But they're from these are 10 plates that have the Grimm fairy tales depicted on them. So you've got all sorts of crazy ones. This one is Hansel and Gretel. We've got a Rumpelstiltskin. They're in beautiful shape. They're pretty. The Shoemaker and the Elves. I am not as familiar with the Shoemaker and the Elves. And I actually have taken a university course on children's stories.
That was one of my favorites growing up.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you'll have to tell me about it later. But yeah, so these are really, really neat. Like normally we pass on collector's plates, but the subject matter is awesome.
So how many in the set?
10. There's
10?
10 in the set of there.
Okay.
So we have something that's not 70s, but has a quirky style. This is a rare Ray Dunn. I know Ray Dunn was the big thing in the early 2000s.
Yeah, I think so.
And
He's still around.
Yeah, they're still around, but this is an early Ray Dunn sort of water pot or something. It's actually full. Whoever had this before, it's full of rice in the bottom.
It's full of rice.
Probably to make sure that the moisture doesn't collect in the bottom. But it's a really neat thing. It's got a little lovely poem on it. So it's just weird enough that I kind of like it quite a bit.
Yeah.
Now we've got also some very, very gorgeous decanters. You can't go wrong. These are like
beautiful crystal.
Can you hear that?
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, yeah. These are heavy. They're beautiful, and we whenever we get decanters and we have quality decanters, they go quickly because they're bread and butter. I find them really lovely because they're pretty.
Mm-hmm.
They're not necessarily the most exciting things in the world to find, but I find them really, really pretty. We have two different jug and glass sets. One right here. There's this Milleflore. It's little tiny pieces of glass, and basically you take. It gets suspended in the other glass. These are our Murano glasses. I think the company name is Raphael. Raphael Murano glasses with pitcher is absolutely gorgeous. It's probably, I believe it was from the late 90s from what I was researching, but just beautiful, beautiful things. And so there's 6 glasses plus this, and then because the past doesn't want to get upstaged, we have a 1930s set of Depression Hazel Atlas
Pink.
light pink glasses with 6 tumblers. Again, a nice, beautiful full set. Really, really gorgeous. It's rare to find. We found these in the same spot, but the fact that they're full sets is fantastic. It doesn't happen often that we find everything together. So these I'm very excited to find out. We're doing some of the research. We have rough research done right now. There's more to come, right? Then I'm just going to slide this to the side. Could you slide over to me? Yes.
I'm the helper today.
This is a wonderful cookie jar. We've actually seen these in the past. We've had smaller versions of this, but there's something really so bright and cheerful and spring-like to have this crazy-ass giant strawberry. Then, hell, you can fill it full of blueberry cookies if you want. It doesn't have to be strawberry cookies, but I don't know. I love it. Last time we got one, it lasted less than a week in the shop. So
Yeah, people like the strawberry stuff. And
nice.
the cookie jars, actually, just in general.
Now this as well, we started this little table with the 70s, ending with the 70s. This is a 1970s Italian Empoli circus tent candy dish or apothecary jar. But come on, look at that. It's like a joyful pumpkin that you can put on your table. I don't know. I love it. So.
And the cat is just about to go outside.
Hey!
Michonne!
Gotta take care of something. All right. Next,
You dealt with the cat?
dealt with the cat. The cat is now upstairs because she was going outside. So now she is upstairs, not allowed in. So the opportunity to get out. But what we're gonna do is the second haul part is the smalls. These are the tiny little things that we can actually store very easily. There's some that are just bread and butter items, some really interesting things I can't wait to do a little more research for. Other things are just really pretty. So we'll start off with something boring. Measuring spoons. Good, solid measuring spoons. They're not exciting, but you know what? People always need them. And if you got a good old set that is reliable, it always sells. We have, I'm hoping, a decorative iron, but if any of you people have a thriving internet channel of very tiny ironing, we got this for you with its own little trivet rest. So,
For like miniature shirts?
yeah, for miniature tiny shirts that you make by hand in an earlier video. Again, nothing crazy, but it's a weird rarity. This is just straight beautiful. This is a letter opener, but it's got like a Haida carving on the.
Is it pewter or something?
I don't know. I don't think so. This looks more like a steel, but it might be pewter. It's actually got a lot of weight to it. So, but it's beautiful. Like I haven't done any research into these things yet, so we'll see. We'll see what it is, but it's got. I don't know. It's beautiful. I love that. Those really beautiful things like that are great. Bell number 1. Kind of iron, kind of basic. Bell number 2. Really, kind of a letdown. I really was expecting a little more than that, but just a little souvenir bell, nothing crazy. And then number 3 bell, again, absolute crap for sound, but it's got a lobster on it, on top of a picture of a lobster. This is like ridiculous and silly, and you know what? This will not be here for long.
People love that stuff.
The amount of tourists we have, it's going to be beautiful. Here again, this is a modern thing, nothing great, crazy, but sounds nice. An outdoor cast iron bell, hangs on your wall, so you can train your dog to ring it. I don't know. But my favorite
It's a dinner bell.
bell out of all of
Oh, this
these
one's cool.
is a brass kind of folded thing. Has fishes coming up here. Chinese or Japanese. I do not know the difference
Like temple kind
in the
of.
kanji, but then I just think it's really beautiful. The little gong. Once we shine this up a little bit, it's going to be absolutely gorgeous.
And now it's broken. No,
it will be in one piece when it's done. So yeah, I love the small stuff we find is all over the map. Like say, here's a weird thing I've never seen before. I don't know how old it is, but the design looks like it could be very, very old. This is for straining into mason jars. So if you want to, or maybe straining out of mason jars, I don't know.
I think into.
It says the original mason something.
Strainer?
It's I don't know. I'm not wearing my reading glasses, so I can't tell you what it says. But it just looked kind of interesting. It was worth taking a shot on. We've got pretty little thistle and jeweled thing. I'm sure this is just costume, but it's pretty. And to be honest, anything with thistles, anything with the Scottish kind of background stuff always does well. Oh wait, they're two separate things. Sorry,
It's a brooch with a necklace.
brooch with a necklace. I thought they were together. It was a brooch on it. Anyways, yeah. So there's a nice little set. Nothing crazy, but pretty. Here's some bread and butter items. You can never go wrong with a manual mixer, especially is Nova Scotia. Sometimes our power goes down. Sometimes it goes down for a couple days. Having something like this in your kitchen, you usually sell these for about $20. It's actually a really handy thing to have, and has saved our bacon a few times. And a crazy little meat pounder and
slicer.
I don't know exactly.
Chopper.
There's some very faint writing on the thing that says where it was made, and I cannot quite make it out. Taiwan, maybe? I don't know. But yeah, it's an interesting...
Is that a wood handle or plastic?
Wood.
Wood?
This is probably, I would guess, 1960s, 1970s. It's really well made. It says Roster. That's the name of the company. But it's a really, really handy... It's a kitchen implements that are solid. Kitchen implements that have... will always be useful, like tea strainers. The design for this hasn't changed. We've had some of these were from the 1850s. We've had some of them that were from the 1980s. It hasn't changed. It doesn't need to change. It's a very, very simple device. And a tea dunker. But yeah, we sell fresh teas that are local teas. So these kind of things we get on a regular basis and we sell on a regular basis.
What are the knives?
The knives are part of our if it was good then, it's good now. These are a beautiful set of Burke's
Steak knives?
that's the word.
Steak?
Burke's steak knives.
You shouldn't forget that word ever. It's delicious.
True that. And I think they look like rosewood.
It does look, or like a dark maple.
Mahogany or rosewood. It's a really nice, really beautiful set. Again, haven't done any of the research on it yet, but will's very, very shortly. But something with this kind of beautiful wood, and then you pair that with this other mid-century new piece with the same sort of beautiful wood.
Yeah.
And come on. You're
that
talking
would be
your
pretty.
your food could taste like crap. It wouldn't matter. People would just be like, but damn, it looked good. Just saying. a lot of style. I mean, we all
Are
know.
you saying that's what my food is like?
Do we use these? No, we use rando knives and stuff.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah,
Okay.
come on. Jeez. So, sorry, we had a customer come in. Every now and again, there'll be breaks because we have customers come in, and that's a good thing. We have more of the kitchen goodness. These kitchen things are they still make these sort of things, but it's harder to find them. Something as that used to be as ubiquitous. Every grandparent had a bowl of nuts that were incredibly hard to crack, and and when you did them as a kid, you felt this sense of joy and accomplishment because you cracked a Brazil nut and you found out a way to get to that juicy goodness. Well, they weren't even that good. It didn't matter. The fact that
You
could
broke
crack
it yourself. Yeah.
Exactly. It was the accomplishment. So getting sets of this is always good. These are back in the day classic kitchen stuff, and we actually have a bunch of nut bowls that are missing these, so we try and pair them up. But then we got lobster crackers, baby. Crackers and picks.
Set. Yes.
Exactly. Now,
that's pretty much the same thing, really.
Oh, it is exactly the same thing, but you notice this just has like utilitarian knurling on the handle. This is all fancied up. This is like just don't give me fancy stuff. Just give me some lobster, right?
But you can buy the nut ones for lobsters too.
You can use the nut ones for lobsters, yes.
Yeah.
We also have a fancy butter spreading.
Is that Bakelite handle?
No, this is it's a beautiful wood. I don't know what
Is it?
It looks like it could
I thought
be
it was
Bakelite.
Bakelite.
It looks like it could be Bakelite, but I don't know. It's pretty. It's nice. It feels premium.
Yeah.
It will not be expensive.
Yeah.
but the thing is, it's too pretty to leave behind to get tossed into a dumpster when they don't know what to do with it, right? We then have something. We have a few different these. There's a sifter. A completely necessary thing in the kitchen for the longest time because you'd have to refine your flour to make sure it bakes properly. Kind of nice. It's very simple construction. This one, I probably wouldn't have bought this if it didn't also come with these. These are little measuring cups that just are written out 1/3, 2/3, 1 cup, 1/2. Like these are just really neat aluminum measuring cup. I just liked that. We probably have 3 or 4 of these sitting around.
Yeah, the sifters are
more common,
yeah.
But I just really love the measuring cups that came with. So got them both. And the last of the kitchen bits here are
the Irish linen.
Cool Irish linen tea towels. This is a Christ Church Cathedral in Dublin by Flax Fox Designs. So this is actually probably a more modern linen, but it's very just beautiful, right?
Yeah.
And this, I mean, they're really hitting hard on the Irish thing right here. But and does this have a date?
Sometimes they do.
Made in Ireland, anyways. Really nice. But these, we have a good selection of these, and there's a lot of people who like these. They add a pop of color, and
all the ones in the shop though are like I've meticulously ironed them.
Yes. And
like put them on hangers and stuff. So these just came in, so they will get like the wash treatment. And are you gonna get your iron out and do it for me?
I don't know how to. I'm no good at it, hon. You're gonna have to. So maybe we'll use a real iron, but maybe. we always clean these things and get them all pressed and make them lovely for you. We're almost at the end of the small stuff. There's a few little odds and ends, things that like just it's clipper oil. It's a light mechanical oil. And a very, I don't know, probably maybe 1960s, 1970s bottle, and a little tiny oil tank. It's just such a beautiful little thing. I might keep this for my own little mechanical things. I might not. yeah, it's just so nice. Like
Yeah, they're really cute.
Aesthetically, it looks great. If you're looking for just something to stick on your wall,
Or on a shelf.
or on a shelf. So I guess that's what I mean. Yeah, if you like a little piece on your shelf, or if you like, and you could even buy new oil and put it into this bottle. Because I believe that maybe that top doesn't come off. All right, you can't do that. You can either use all the oil until it's done, and then it just looks pretty. We have looks like a 1920s.
It's very Art Deco.
Art Deco heavy base magnifying glass. It's the right now I gotta do something to secure the lens inside the frame, but it is a pretty interesting. Like it's actually pretty powerful, and shows me that I really need to stop biting my fingernails. But really, really cool looking and nice and heavy. It's just a really interesting piece. I've never actually seen anything quite like this, using the tension of riveting the middle to hold the ball on here and here. It's a really, really neat piece. Very simple. A couple more mechanical things. Can't go wrong with a carpenter's tape. A nice old.
You should show how it like goes in.
So there's just now purely imperial, which definitely dates it.
Yeah. And then you
pull the top up and roll it in, and then this flips back in, slides into your pouch, and with nothing to grab on it. It's an Evans from Montreal.
Yeah.
It's 50 feet of white tape of white.
Just white tape. Stuff like this is really good for Father's Day.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Yeah, and the stuff like you're going to show now is
right,
cool too.
Right here, these are some some old drafting tools. This is Hughes Owens Canada, a really beautiful set of drafting protractors, different styluses, different things that some things I'm not sure what
actually
they're for,
use
how to use them, but I don't know, just beautiful.
But people that draft.
The people that are drafting now are probably using AutoCAD or something like that. So, whatever.
Yeah, it's still a cool
But
gift.
this is a really, really cool thing with the box is gorgeous, and so this is a really lovely, lovely thing. Haven't done the research to find out what it is, but this is a made in Germany. It is marked at 4245 when it was bought. God knows when.
I think this is like 60s.
Yeah, this is maybe 70s with it's no longer leather. It's now plastic. I believe that this is for making proper concentric circles. There's 2 pieces of extruded aluminum, a little side piece. There's a piece in the middle. We have ends that you slide on, and they hold on to a nib at the bottom, and there are several different types of nibs. You've got one that marks onto something. You've got one that holds a graphite. So with these different nibs, I'd be surprised if there wasn't one that cuts possibly as well. But I think this is just a professional draftsman circle making tool, which I don't know. It's just really cool. It's really cool. So I'm going to do some research and find out what I can about what this is. It all was made in Germany. So yeah, this Charvaz. Anyways, very cool thing. Going to do some more research. Last thing before we move on to pile over there is a whole bunch of embroideries, really finely done. The quality of these is just spectacular.
Yeah.
We don't know. I'm assuming these are all hand done by someone. So this would be like a sampler, a more modern day sampler, but really beautiful.
I think a lot of these are cross stitch And then there's a couple embroideries.
Yeah, it's just really. So this one,
Or
just like in a
needlepoint.
little seam or scene in the woods. We've got another version. This is the or the weathered garden. So, but they all have different frames, and they all have different feel to them. I don't. They look like they've been custom framed. So I'd be surprised if these are made commercially. I think these are all.
Oh yeah, no, I
Somebody
think
spent
these
some time.
are.
Like, look at that. How beautiful is that? We've got a moon, nighttime. We've got a winter scene done in like a kind of little outside.
And the white stitching on that one is almost like a sparkly or something. It kind of looks sparkly from here. Is it sparkly?
No, I think you're hallucinating.
Maybe.
We have then, of course, you can't have cool stuff without having a cat.
A cat in glasses.
A cat in glasses sitting on a bunch of books, which is this one's quite cute, but not nearly as cute as the weirdness. Hold on, gotta get
the
some of the dust off there.
I think
Looks
this is
like-
the only one. That one and the cat are the only ones that aren't custom framed.
Yeah, but these are still they're not custom framed, but they're like, come on, like it's
Yeah,
a
I
strange.
love that.
It's a cat
And
on a
pumpkins.
unhappy hamburger. I don't know. It's a
I think
weird
it's
thing.
pumpkins.
It may be pumpkins, but it's just such a bizarre and wonderful thing, right?
Yeah,
All
those are really cool.
So now we're going to go over to table number 2, and we're going to look at some other stuff.
We're going to go to the table of bigger stuff.
Yes, we are. All right. We arrive at a less clean area with a lot of things around it. This you're going to notice, like, if you this video, we have some really, really pretty, delicate things to some really chunky. Man, I know it's such a mixture of stuff, right? So right here, I'll clear some of the stuff right out of the way. This is a very heavy brass lamp. I think that's going to clean up amazingly. It's a gorgeous, heavy duty, wonderful thing.
Huh?
That's one of our favorite pieces from this.
Yeah, I love this mirror.
This looks like 1920s. There is a sign or a sticker on the back. We can tell who made it. I cannot read it at the moment because it's dark behind here. But
Look how gorgeous this is.
and
it is chunky.
It is heavy.
It is big.
I'm going to guess that's
not big, heavy.
Quarter plate glass on the back. Not only is that a nice thick piece, this is also has like a soft kind of velvet on top of it. So it's a really beautiful thing.
Yeah.
I
think it used to stand.
I think it had, this would have had a back. So
Yeah.
it would have been a desk. But then it was
Or like a table mirror.
Yeah.
But now it's been
Absolutely gorgeous. I'm very, very
Yeah.
for this.
Now it has wire so it can hang on the wall. Okay.
But then we also have, old saws. And I'm not sure if we've made videos of any of these before, but Jill will sometimes takes these old saws, because if we look them up and they're nothing special, like this one is gorgeous, but it's rough. It's got rust.
Yeah.
It's cracked. It's really not worth a lot of money, and they're fairly common. So what she'll do with something like this is clear coat and seal it and make it look really beautiful, and then do a saying. Sometimes it's the name of somebody's cottage. Sometimes it's a gift for somebody. She'll do custom pieces like this, but it's a really good way to make something that's not really useful again, right? Now this one,
That is a gorgeous one.
I don't want this one
Look at
painted, because
that.
look at that. Look at that.
Isn't that a beautiful handle?
Yeah, I'm going to do some research on this and hopefully find, like, this was obviously made locally, but it's like this blade is still sharp.
Yeah. I love that someone actually put their initials in this one. AD.
So
Yeah.
I love that. These legs are for, actually, they just show the writing table. I'm not going to put it together right now.
There's like a little writing desk table.
From the
Let's see if I
1800s.
can-
It's a gorgeous writing desk. but
It's like it
it
opens
needs-
up and
it needs some work.
yeah. It's
And
been in a basement or like a barn for a while.
so I'm gonna I'm gonna condition the top. I'm gonna refinish it. I don't necessarily always like refinishing older pieces, but this is in rough shape on the top. It needs something, so I'm not gonna be damaging something that shouldn't be damaged or shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Another Irish linen that
Nice.
we will put with these ones here. We've got a beautiful giant old block plane, and this is a beast. And that
Nice.
blade is a beast. I'm gonna have to take this apart
And get the rust off the blade.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do some evapo rust and do that and try and get the metal in good shape. But then this box is full of molding planes. Some really gorgeous pieces. A smaller coffin block plane. Yeah, really nice things. So this a cove planer. Yeah, I love these little things. Usually they're not, in the days of high-speed routers and shapers, they don't have a lot of use, but they are also...
They're just so beautiful.
They're beautiful. People use them a lot for decorating their cottages, their man caves, their basements. Oh, look, there's more. There's 2 more block planes at the bottom. I didn't realize there were so many block planes.
Nice.
Yes. So anyway, so that's, like I'm saying, we have there's a big mixture of stuff, like from block planes to somebody who stuck a bunch of, silverware inside this. So this, it looks like a pretty new silverware set.
Yeah.
And why not, right?
What's this thing?
This thing is used for defense. This is probably 70s brass from India, but it's a really, really nice stepped bowl. It's just a lovely piece.
Yeah.
At the end. These are slides. I kind of have a problem where I love collecting old slides and scanning them and just seeing what's on them and seeing what. So anyways, this is a personal project. It has nothing to do with anything sales-wise, but man, I just love old slides. We have underneath here some more bowls. We have some
beautiful blankets. Yeah.
Can't go wrong with an old quilt.
Yeah.
And beneath there,
the aluminum bowls.
Well, no, steel.
Or
and,
not aluminum, enamel.
Yeah. So we have 3 enamel wash basins. These are great, and one giant steel one. These are great in people's camps. Washing bowls, they're fun. I would not use them for food anymore. Oh, and I forgot about this. When I got this, it came from a gentleman who was telling me that this is probably early 1800s from when it was made, from just the story when he got it from somebody who was from the guy's great-grandparent, and then he'd had it for 50, 60 years. And so from the story I got, this is early 1800s. That seems to jive with the blacksmithing that has been done on it. It's a really, really cool auger.
Nice.
Then, to go with your enamel bowl for your camp, we have an old school watering can. Fill this full. You can see how full the thing is. Open your spigot, close your spigot. Done. But it's a really cool. We've had these in yellow and pink or green
white
or whatever it is.
Yeah,
but
all kinds.
I've never seen it in the raw steel before. Love that. These, we just got them, but I'm keeping them for my workshop.
Yes.
Then we have bread box. Very simple.
Ooh, and there's a little typewriter in there.
Oh. Mid-century bread box. Very, very classic. And a typewriter that's also sharpens your pencils. Also have a whole selection that we just picked up of milk glass lamps that probably 60s, 70s.
With some of them are hand painted flowers.
Yeah, hand painted
and
flowers.
Others are glass decals.
And we've got, most of them have their chimneys. They're all electrified, and well, they all were built to be electrified, so that's why, you know, they're older. Sometimes you can find these that have gone from oil to electrical. So, all right.
Oh, wait. I'm sorry, I can't see you. There you go.
So the last of the stuff that we picked up on this last couple days is things we don't need at all, because we have a shelf full of artwork. But when you see really cool artwork, you can't leave it behind. Like this looks like a page out of a historical book. I don't know what kind of dog it is. Looks like a beefy.
Brackle?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Maybe, yeah.
But it's a nicely framed artwork. We haven't done the research on any of these pieces, but when we see a piece that is nautical themed, we've got two of these gorgeous sailboat pieces, and got to clean these up, possibly pop them out of their frame. Although I think most of that dust should be on the outside, and just some light touches. These are going to be gorgeous again in someone's cottage or house. Then we have three pieces that are kind of special. We're going to do some work on them and find out a little more.
Some
These
research.
are copper plate etchings that have been pressed and then hand painted. I believe they're from Spain. And they're this is kind of very whimsical with the boat, and it's gorgeous. Then there's a set of knights.
In the same, that are prints, like the...
Yeah. This is Portugal. Spain. Malaga, Spain. So this has a whole thing on the back about the type of thing, what the print was. But these are gorgeous pieces. We have two.
And these are cool because they actually, face each other. Or away from each other. So I think it'd be awesome if they're going towards each other.
Yes, you could make them so that they're towards each other jousting. But just gorgeous pieces that we have to do the research on to see the history of them, but they're beautiful. So
yeah, and they're well framed.
Well framed. They're in good condition. And even though we have probably 50 or so pieces of artwork that are waiting for wall space, can't leave something behind when it's really, really nice. So that's what we've got in the last couple of days. We're going to be putting out, you'll see it on the store, you'll see it in our Facebook pages, and our website. Some of the stuff will go on there as well. So check these things out if you're interested in any of this stuff. Just throw us a message from the comments, or see us on our Facebook page. And if you're
running
looking for
in the
anything in particular, let us know, 'cause if I have an
living on the
excuse
land,
to buy something,
the salty breeze
someone
was
is
in our
interested,
eyes. We stood beneath
it's a good
the
thing.
dragonflies and danced
again.
all night. We polished all the chrome on a rusty little home. We slept all night in parking lots. We tied our hearts in double knots so tight.